Hey guys, Lieutenant Dan here, and today I have a pretty spectacular game for you. As you can just see there in the little, I don't know what's it called, but where it shows kills and deaths is green bars. You can see I have a lot of kills and very few deaths. I don't know if this is the highest KD game I ever had, but it's definitely a game where it's the most consistently high KD, because you know if you go flawless, like you know I have 230-0 games up. That's like a super high KD because I never died. But in these I have a ton of kills and very few deaths. So in this game I'm playing Demolition, which it has turned into my favorite game mode. Became in Modern Warfare 2. In other CODs I was a domination guy, but I don't know, Demolition I just enjoy because of the objective, and I get it. And I like objective-based gameplay, and that's why sometimes I don't get a lot of high scores, because the games you don't see that I don't post, I go for the objective, and obviously people like to kill people who go for the objective, so I die a bit too much sometimes. But I'm playing on Hanoi, and a lot of people don't know how to play this map, so you can just watch, see how I play it. That's why I enjoy it, because people just kind of run around the map randomly in different routes. But I really enjoy Hanoi. Also, this is my favorite perk setup. I don't know why. Something about Flak Jacket, obviously for demos, good because people are chucking explosives. A Warlord with a Commando, it's like, to me, the best gun in the game. Because Commando with Red Dot is good, but for me, with like Red Dot and Sleight of Hand and Scavenger, it just doesn't work as well. The pacing, the just rhythm of the gun doesn't seem to work as well as with Commando, Warlord with Red Dot and dual mags. It's just, to me, it's the best gun in the game. And then I have Tac Mask Pro as my third perk, which is actually, looking back on it, it's a really good combo for me, because I just chuck stun after stun after stun. I don't care. I'll throw 3 stuns at somebody. And Tactical Mask Pro lets me survive stuns if I stun myself by accident, which I do a lot, and lets me know where people are based on stun throws and flashes. And I don't really use Ninja in Black Ops now that I've just gone back on. I haven't played for a while. Now I'm like, my ears are finally picking up the effects of Ninja after like God knows how many months of the game being out. So yeah. Anyway, now I'm gonna actually talk to you about what I was gonna talk to you about. So I'm gonna tell you, I guess, like a real life story. So I was away for the entire last week on a mission trip with a local church. We went to a small county out of state in Maryland, and we helped people who don't invest much money to repair their homes. And so I had to go to the Sunday before we left, or like we left on a Sunday, and I had to go to the morning church service because, you know, it's a mission trip. But the thing is, as you see here, all ready for the next round with dogs already. But so never mind. I'm just stop talking about the gameplay unless something super crazy happens. All right. So I had to go to church. Now, when someone asks me, "Do you believe in God?" my most honest answer would be IDK, because sometimes I pray, but you know, I don't really go to church. I'm not that faithful, so I don't know. But in any event, the last time I went to church was like 4 or 5 years ago, and that when I went to church last, it was a United Unitarian Church, which I don't know the proper what that is really. I guess I know it's a form of Christianity, but really anybody could go to that church and they wouldn't care. They were super chill. Like my Sunday school teacher there, and I went so long ago, I was still in Sunday school. We used to talk about, he made war games, board games and war games. So one class we talked about an AC-130 and how it's like minigun could rip through the houses across the street. So yeah, not a super tight church. So I go to this church service. I have no idea what to expect. I know nobody on the trip. Everyone else goes to church there. So I just kind of show up. I'm like, thankfully though, I see one kid who I went to elementary school with, and another kid who I used to hang out with when I was like 10 or 12, and like we stopped hanging out then. And I had one class with him in high school last year, but I'm not really good friends with him. But I'm like, thank God I know people. But we go in the church service. It starts. I don't know what to expect because I don't know what kind of church it is, but it turns out I see in the back corner they have a full drum set, like 2 electric guitars, acoustic guitar, this whole band. So through the service, it's like, turns out they do a ton of singing, and next to me across the aisle is this one kind of pudgy lady she's got a ring on every single finger, and every time they sing a song, eyes are closed, swaying back and forth, arm in the air, and then at the end of the song, amen. Oh, right here, break. This is a dirty spawn trap. A guy did this with a G11 with low power scope to me the game before this, so I thought it was only fair to pay him back. And I didn't even know you could do this before this game, but it gets me a ton of kills. But I basically take on half their team doing it, so whatever works. So yeah, there's this pudgy lady going back and forth, swaying amen at the end of every song. So she was pretty entertaining. I just kind of mumble along with any prayers because I don't know the words. Some of them are in the booklet, and I read the booklet off of those. They have projectors projecting the words of the songs so you can sing along with them. So I'm like, okay, I'll sing along sometimes. But then I look around and half the kids aren't singing, so I'm like, okay, I'll do what they're doing. So I do that. I'm kinda uncertain about the mission trip. Unpsyched. I go home, have lunch, and then an hour later, we go out on the buses to drive out. Now this bus ride, made me really depressed because felt like I wasn't gonna enjoy the trip because it's a 3-hour trip. Not only did the trip take 5 hours because we took so many stops, but during the trip we were playing music in the van, right? Because you need to have music on a road trip. So they've those adapters that go through the radio in a car because it doesn't have an iPod dock. So you put in the power and you sync the radio station in the car with the radio station on your device. Now, because we're moving through different areas, the radio stations would change. So what had not held a legitimate radio station one area had one on the next, so we'd get static and the iPod would stop working. When this happened, it would take the adults a good 10 minutes to figure out how to work this. So I was really like, okay, this is gonna be interesting if they can't even figure this out. So we get there. I'm expecting this really rural, really, I guess, kind of bad, just cots and rooms for sleeping conditions. But turns out the room's really nice. It's an dormitory. My friend from when we were younger, he bunks with me, and he's really nice. Kind of introduces me to the other guys, which turns out they're all bros. All of them are bros. They all know each other, but they're all like lax bros. I mean, which is fine, but I'm not a lax bro. So that was interesting. First night, what happens is they have lights out at 10:45, but my friend, he's like, we wait 10 minutes for the adults to go to sleep, sneak across the whole other guys' rooms, and we prank call, or they prank call rather, CVS. So apparently that's what lax bros do at 11 o'clock at night through 12. Prank call CVS about needing icy hot. No big deal. Just prank call CVS. Then what we actually did during the week is there's like 5 Project 5's houses to do. I ended up signing up or getting on a team with 10 people that was re-shingling a roof. And I don't know if you've ever re-shingled a roof, but in case you don't know what shingles are, look at your roof. They're the things on there that keep the water out. So to re-shingle a roof, first you need to remove the layer of old shingles, so you just 1 layer of shingles remaining. Now this house for some reason had 3 layers of shingles on one side, so we had to rip both off, and it was actually a pretty steep roof, so we had to put in what's called toe boards, which is you literally nail down boards so you don't fall off the roof. So we had to take off 2 layers of shingles, which took us first day. Then we had to re-shingle the entire house, and through this I was kind of like, okay, the adults call themselves counselors, and I did not respect that. I respected them as people, but not as counselors. Because I just got back from camp where I work as a counselor. I have first aid training, CPR, and I have to set up stuff like zip lines and I don't know, go canoeing, do like stuff that you have to be competent to do. Because one of the counselors, when I first saw him, he's 20. I thought he was a 15-year-old awkward youth. The other counselor, she's like 22. she acts like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl when a bee shows up. Get it away! Oh my God! And hands over the head, running away. Another guy, Todd, is the oldest guy. He's like 40s, 50s, and he just throws pun after pun at you, or will randomly ask these insightful questions. He'll just be like, "Now, Peter, tell me, what is the biggest difference between you and your brother?" And he's like, "Would you kill yourself to save the lives of another adult in your family?" Or not another adult, another person. So it was interesting, very interesting. So we re-shingled the roof, you know, tore them off, put new shingles on, and turns out shingles are pretty heavy. So we took there are guys who took trash away from all the projects. Total for the 5 sites, there were 4,000 pounds of trash because they haul it to the local dump and the dump weighs it. And well, double headshot, no scope, collat. Turns out, of the 4,000 pounds, 3,000 pounds were our shingles, were old shingles. And like we had 30 bags, or like 27 bags or something. I carried like 8 of the bags. So I don't know, the first couple days I was really pulling my weight like crazy. Then I switched to a special team which gets to tar and flash the chimney, not like flash, stripper flashing, but you put metal around the chimneys and you put tar like black tar. That stuff is nasty. My work clothes, they'd stay clean, just dirt on them all week. After one day, totally gone. Pants covered in tar, up to the arm in tar, and tar doesn't come off. Not unless you paint thin yourself. So I spent 45 minutes getting paint thinner off. But you know, the kids were all pretty nice. All in all, it turned out to be a pretty good trip. I did 5 days of good work where I learned some stuff. Every night we went to that one room and we chilled. I made some pretty good friends, and even the counselors, I learned that they were alright people, just kind of quirky personalities. Even the final night, they actually encouraged you Friday night to pull an all-nighter, so I was up till 4:30 in the morning. Other kids pulled an all-nighter and then went to work the next morning. But so yeah, it turns out Methodists are alright, and they just really like their music. Every church service, they're playing guitar, even electric. So yeah, it turned out alright. I hope you enjoyed listening to this, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, because it's pretty good gameplay in my opinion. Remember, rate, comment, like, whatever, subscribe, and we really appreciate it, and want to break that 200 subs mark. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.